Welcome back, friends. We're doing an Italian sausage in the style of a patty melt. This thing is perfect for the griddle to do 4 of these. Start inside with 1 red, 1 yellow, and 1 green pepper, which we're going to slice up about as thin as you can. I also made the slices smaller rather than longer, like when I'm doing fajitas or like an Italian hoagie. I just wanted them to stay on my bread in the patty melt. I ended up with more veggies than I wanted, so I would say you probably only need half of each pepper, and that is reflected in my recipe below, so it's a little different from the video. I also did half a red onion, which I kind of quartered, and then I sliced it down to make sure that they match the length of the peppers, so everything's kind of smaller. 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, which we'll use later to kind of deglaze the griddle. I think that's the term. I don't know. I'm not a chef, just a dude that owns a flat top. And then 1 tablespoon of white sugar to help make kind of like a sauce with the vinegar for the peppers and onions. It'll be great. We're using Aunt Millie's seeded Italian bread, which is the sponsor of today's video. This bread worked out so well for our Italian themed patty melt. And I also enjoy buying this with the Italian cold cuts that are already like ready to go at my Meyer deli for easy sandwich during the week or a midnight snack after I'm done watching football or a hockey game. A little bit of mayo going on each one of the slices of bread so we can toast them later. You can absolutely use butter, but I just decided to go with mayo this time because I didn't want to wait for the butter to soften. 1 pound of Johnsonville ground Italian sausage. They didn't have hot, so I got the mild. I will separate this into 4 equal, or as close as I can get to equal balls, and we will smash them down later like a smash burger. I think next time I'll just make patties, and I'll go over later in the video why I won't do the smash method again. Get the griddle to around 375 to 400 degrees. Sorry for the glare. There's tons of snow on the ground, so I think it's making the light bounce off the thermometer or something. Anyway, we'll add some oil and throw down all of our peppers and onions, a little bit of salt and pepper on top. Go ahead and start tossing everybody together, and then we'll add some more salt and pepper. And I'm getting these things started first so they are at the proper consistency when the ground sausage patties finish. I don't want them too cooked and too soft, but I don't want them not done. I want a little crunch to them. So let's just spread them out thin, about as thin as my hairline's getting now that I'm approaching 40 years old, and move them to one side of the griddle. Here comes our sausage balls. I had some parchment paper in my smash burger press, and these things still were sticking to the parchment paper. I'm not sure if that's due to the fat content or what, but it didn't go as well as planned. And then for the last one, I decided to put my press on the hot griddle and then smash it without the parchment paper, and that went okay. I mean, it kind of worked better, but either way, I think next time I'll just form them into patties, get them pretty thin, and then just put them on the griddle. I apologize if it's hard to see due to all the steam. It's, like I said, very cold and snowy here in Ohio. I'm going to flip all 4 of the sausage patties, then move the peppers and onions right onto the drippings and fat and whatnot where the sausage was cooking. We'll toss them around a bit and then bring in that red wine vinegar and pour it on top. Toss again to, like I said, deglaze or pull the little bits of sausage and flavor off the griddle and mix it into the peppers and onions. And here's my tablespoon of white sugar. Again, we'll toss all that together. I got this part of the recipe from Adam Ragusier. He's got a really cool cooking channel, a lot better and more successful than mine. I'll link it in the description if you're interested. And now I'm going to cut those 2 burners off and just let the peppers and onions rest while we finish up. Let's add a piece of provolone on top of each sandwich. One of the patties broke, but that is fine. Cheese is the duct tape of the cooking world, so no one will know. Tempt the sausage just to make sure. It's pretty thin, so it'd be pretty hard to undercook this, but I just wanted to be safe. Usually I'm shooting for between 155 and 160 degrees for ground sausage. I'll scrape down the left half of the griddle, which is still on. The right half, or bottom part closest to you, is off. Then I'm going to put down all of our Aunt Millie's Italian bread to get it nice and toasted up. Let's go ahead and build these sandwiches while it starts toasting that bread. Sausage and cheese, and then we'll top it with the peppers and onions, which now have that nice, like, sweet and sour saucy feel to them. check out our bread, and oh yeah, we got a nice little toast on those. You cannot be upset about that. Okay, let's cut this thing open, and oh my, that is what I'm talking about. Yes, this is definitely in my top 101 griddle meals. Gonna add some barbecue chips because I had them laying around the pantry, so why not? I got the recipe listed below, or if you want, you can pick up my ebook for $15, which has all 101 recipes in it. It's also in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one and keep on griddling, friends.